I've stayed quiet long enough, but it's time I speak. What I'm going to talk about today is the very extended ongoing feud between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. I'm going to get into some things. Y'all. Okay? Because it's time. Lady Sola needs to speak. I've been quiet long. Just get to it. I want to preface by saying, first and foremost, I am a fan of Nicki Minaj. I'm a huge fan. I've been a fan for many years now. I am not a Barb. So what I'm about to say is not going to coincide with what the Barbs have to say and what the Barbs think and how the Barbs have been reacting. I am not a Barb. You know, respect to all of y'all out there that claim it, that are all about it, unapologetically, unashamed, and all of that. Because you ride for Nicki to a fault. I am also a Cardi B fan, so I want to throw that in there as well. Cardi B is very new to the game, but she has come in less than 2 years and has changed her life, has changed her family's life, has changed the assumption and the perception of being someone that is at such a low in your life, being a stripper, you know, or having a career or a job that is not befitting to where you see yourself in the future. And being able to literally take your life by the reins and make something happen. You know, so I commend her for her fight, for her hustle, for her grind, for literally working her ass off, and not having a lot of people help with that, you know, not having a lot of people support for a very long time, her really having to do it guerrilla style and to come up from the bottom and really get in people's faces and basically show people who she is. So I want to say that as well, that I respect her, I'm proud of her, I'm happy for her. You know, the success may have looked like it came overnight, but anybody with sense knows that that's not the case. She's been grinding for many years as well, and it's just her time. It's just her time. The Harper Bazaar's fashion show after party, obviously that was a huge thing that has really escalated this disagreement and this tension between these two. You know, Nicki claims up and down that she has this alleged footage. Her cameraman was there, this, that, and the third, that Ra Ali beat Cardi B's head in. I have 3 words. Drop that footage. Drop that footage. Drop that footage. Okay? Because all this, I got this, and whoo, if y'all would see this, and I don't want to hear all of that, Nick. You talking so much about how you got proof, you got receipts. Come on with it. Because Cardi has receipts. And she's been showing it. As far as Riley, with, you know, being Cardi's ass and Nicki saying she doesn't want to get sued. That's why she told Rod to stay quiet and let Cardi and her whole team run with the story that it was a security guard that actually elbowed her. At this point, I don't believe that Riley got close to Cardi. One, because we don't have the footage. Okay? We don't have the footage. I need to see proof. I need to see evidence. I know Riley is known for putting them hands on people. So it's not a far-fetched idea. However, in this situation, evidence needs to be brought to the court stand. Bring forth your evidence. You know, and Nicki, you are saying you have it. So all this, well, I don't want to put her in a bad light like that. That's not the kind of person I am. I'm not like that. You know I have the footage, but it's not my place, this, that, and the third. Like, we need to see this footage, sis. We need to see it. Because this is becoming a major problem right now. The leaked phone numbers. I don't know if Nicki leaked those numbers or not. I would hope she wouldn't stoop so low. I would hope. But I don't know. It's crazy that her sister Hennessy and also, you know, Jason Lee, their numbers got leaked and they're getting death threats. Mariah Lynn, you know, it's just so many other characters being brought into the situation that's like, okay, like what? Like, you don't have nothing to do with the situation, but here we are right in the middle of the shits. I want to talk about the year Nicki Minaj has been having. Nicki Minaj, Onika. This has been a hard time for you. I think it's safe to say that. It's been a hard time. And we all go through hard times. This year has been a lot of trials for you. You know, I definitely think it started from last year with Remy Ma and the Sheether diss. I think that was kind of the beginning of the slippery slope, which has become your career in recent times. So what I can go on record for saying is that I am a fan of Nicki Minaj. I always have been. I always will be. I love her music. I love her personality. I'm a fan of her music, but right now, I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of the things she's been saying. I'm not a fan of the things I've been hearing that's being done behind the scenes, which of course, a lot of it is hearsay because there's no proof to go with it. It's just a lot of people saying the same things. But just to kind of have to keep hearing the same narrative, at some point you have to believe that, there is some truth to this. I'm not a fan of the spitefulness, the spiteful behavior that she's been exhibiting throughout this year. And there have been a lot of examples. I really don't want to get into all of it. I'm just not a fan of all of that, you know. I believe in positivity, coming together, women empowerment. Like, you know, you see Beyonce. She just posted a homage Halloween photo series of Toni Braxton, her dressing up as Toni Braxton for Halloween. This is Beyonce. And Toni is Toni. But my thing is, Beyonce could have had that spiteful attitude like, I'm better than all these R&B bitches. Okay, I'm better than the Toni Braxtons, the Ashantis, you know, the Sade's, like whoever you want to say can sing, don't at me, I'm better than them, and I'm going to like act that way. I'm going to act stank about it. You will never see Beyonce pull any of these stunts. And I'm disappointed, Nicki. I genuinely am disappointed. The rollout for Queen was all wrong. It was all wrong. You know, you had that hiatus. That was probably the best part of your comeback was the hiatus. And, you know, when you came back and everything, and then the 2 singles coming out, that was cool. I liked both of them. The videos were really, really good. So I thought, yes, this comeback is going to be one for the ages. She's going to shut all her haters down. It's not going to be a question. Like, all the people that was freaking saying all this bullshit, they're all going to eat their words. The talent is still there. She's going to be classy. She's going to be the Nicki we've all grown to love and just love to watch, you know? But after that, the pushback started happening, you know, announcing the album coming out, you know, at at the Met Gala, and then, you know, basically saying, oh, it's going to be called Queen, you know, and then from there it was just like pushback after pushback, and all the stuff that was going on in social media, you stopping this person's bag, the back and forth that you had with the old girl that used to work for Karen Civil, and you got her fired, or whoever, you know, she got fired after the back and forth that you had, where you basically cussed her out. You cut her to the white meat. Like, you really cut that bitch deep. Like, some woman that just had an innocent opinion about your artistry, about your career and where it's heading in your music. Not saying, oh, you some ugly bitch. Oh, you suck. Oh, your raps are whack. She didn't say any of that. She was more so talking about the content of your raps and where it could be heading. Given you don't have to agree with the shit, The bitch may not know what the hell she's talking about. You may think she's batshit crazy, but for you to go in the DMs and go back and forth with her, is this what queens do? Is this what queens do? And then the whole saga with Safari, I was done. I could not believe it. You went on the Funk Flex show and you was bringing up this man's name which from the looks of it, you want nothing, no parts of him. You want no parts of being associated with him, talking about him, even remembering that you had a relationship with him. Yeah, that's a big part of your past, but you are so over that. And to bring him up the way you did, talking about his hairline and how it's receding, you pay for it, and, you know, making claims, which once again, oh, you know, domestic claims, I'm not going to speak on that because it could be true. I mean, as a woman, I encourage people to speak up and to share things that have happened to them. But all the extra shit that, you know, man, I was really baffled. I've been baffled because here you are with your 4th studio album, following up the Pink Print, which in my opinion is your best album. That was just overall, it's my favorite album. I like Queen. I like a lot of things on it. But you know, it cohesively as a whole, it's not my favorite album. And I think a lot of it has to do with everything surrounding your life and the marketing strategy behind the album and being out in the press and everything that's been going on. I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling it, and I can't lie. That's why I've been quiet, because I feel like it was better for me when you don't have anything good to say. I was taught that you shouldn't say nothing at all. So that is why I have been quiet and just watching and hoping that something will turn around, something will click, something will manifest within your mind that, oh my gosh, what am I doing? What's going on here? Oh, no, I can't participate in this anymore. I can't exhibit this kind of behavior. I can't exude this type of hatred. For what? For what? For what? You're basically out here like people are saying, and I don't want to agree with it, but if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck and it walks like a duck, but you out here, like they say, clout chasing and, you know, hopping on records with young dudes, like people that, you know, would you really be collaborating with them if you didn't feel like you were in a pressed position? I mean, I don't even care about that. Honestly, I don't care. I like your collaborations. I like your features. Some people are saying you're clout chasing and, oh, it's a sign of desperation. You're not willing to accept the changes that is the hip hop game, and your place and position in it is changing, and you are having a very hard time wrapping your mind around that. I don't have a problem with you doing features with a Tekashi, okay, or a Tyga. I'm all for the music because I like you when you feature on people's songs. It always makes the song better. The song is hot. The song goes to #1. You are the feature queen. And that is a great talent to have, because who else does it better than you? Nobody. Facts, and that's facts. Don't at me. But in terms of just the strategic things that you've been attempting to do and it just not playing out right. And it has to do with your attitude. It has to do with just your spirit in all this. Because I'm looking deeper and I'm seeing a woman that is frustrated. I'm seeing a woman that is pissed the hell off that she's no longer the #1 option. She's no longer the reigning the greatest female rapper alive. And when I say that, I mean in the eyes of many. Now there's a new woman that has come to the forefront, and it is her moment. And for some reason, instead of you to be acting as a queen should, to embrace her, to rally around her, to support her, to encourage the support from your fans, and to get your fans in freaking line, instead of you to be like, y'all need to cut this shit out. Barb's, I'm not playing with y'all. Okay, Cardi, I don't got no problem with her. She's doing her thing. Go buy her album. Go stream her stuff. Let's get it. Like, y'all gonna be surprised what we got in the works. Like, I don't want to say too much right now, but just, you know what I'm saying, wait for it. Like, that's the energy I was expecting. When you say, I'm coming out with an album called Queen, y'all better get ready. Like, you already know what time it is. I'm thinking, oh, okay, Nicki about to shut this shit down. Like, she's about to be on her grown woman, super mature, super experienced. Like, I've been through it all. Like, I'm the head of this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just embodying, like, that longevity and being proud of it and owning it and understanding that, yeah, you do kind of have to step aside a little bit because there's new folks coming through, new women coming behind you, and Cardi is kind of the leader of the new school. But you good. Like, it's all good. You're happy. Damn, you've been you've been alone at the top for what, over 5 years? Kind of gets boring. Why not have a little friendly competition? Why not have other options, other musical options? Doesn't mean your career is going to now tarnish or take a nosedive. And unfortunately, based on what I've witnessed over this past year, you have been the cause of your demise. Not Cardi. Cardi never tried to come for you. She never tried any type of sabotage tactics. Because she said in an interview that, what she thought of motorsport, that, hey, you changed the verse and you took it some type of way because of the way she said it. And if you read between the lines, it's like she's trying to say, like, you were doing some shady shit, changing your verse at the last minute, and that's where it all started from. And now you feel like she doesn't respect you and she hasn't held you in a high regard. Sis, come on. Come on, like, I don't know. Even if this is where this whole thing has all started from, it should have been resolved by now. It should have been resolved. It should not have gotten to this point the way it is on social media right now. It should not have gotten to this point. And I'm happy for you that you have Queen Radio. I do want to speak on that real quick. I think it's genius. I think you are a natural. I think you are a perfect fit for that type of arena, for that type of platform. You are a natural. You are a comedian. You are funny. Like, it's just, you've always been that way. And you know that when you watch your interviews, like, you are meant to act. You are meant to be in theater or in entertainment. I've always had that personality. So I'm all for it. I'm all for listening to a podcast style, talk radio type of situation. However, Queen Radio is starting to become like that ratchet, gossipy, like, basically let's tear down Cardi B time, because that's my arch nemesis. Whoever I'm feuding with, this is my time to slander them without them having a chance to defend themselves. You get to go on your own radio show and say all this shit, and it's like, some of it is true, some of it is not. You look like a hater. I'm sorry. But you look like, no matter what you're saying right now, the bigger narrative that people are taking away from all this is that, wow, you are pressed. You are bitter as fuck. You do not want this girl to win. You want to see her downfall, and you will try any little thing to see it happen because you are supposed to be in the spot that she is getting into. Maybe, maybe not. But clearly you are showing signs that you are threatened. And why I'm upset about this is that you have no reason to feel this way. You have no reason to have to act this way. It's not that deep. It hasn't come to that. It shouldn't come to that, I should say. It shouldn't. You are talented. You are the better lyricist. That is not a question. You are one of the best rappers out here, male or female, like, period. Anybody with a musical ear knows that. And if they don't, they're being a hater. And we can just disregard those people. but you know what's up. And for you to be acting out, to be stressing, to be scrambling, to be sweating like this is not a queen. This is not a queen behavior. It is not. I feel like this album does not fit where you are in your life right now. Like, I feel like you wanted to embody this whole queen character and this theme and, you know, this storyline, and you envisioned it that this is what I want, this is what I am, because of where I am in my life and what I've accomplished in my music and how nobody has come close to doing what I'm doing. And also to kind of remind Cardi, like, girl, don't do that. Don't get too comfortable. Bitch, I'm still, yeah, that's me. Like, I'm queen, you know. So I feel like there was a lot of messaging behind naming this album Queen. But my biggest gripe is, okay, you want to call your album Queen? The album cover is sick. It's so amazing. I was so excited. My hope was restored when you released the album cover. And, you know, you announced it at Met Gala. And it was kind of like, okay, it was kind of soon to announce it, especially with all the pushbacks that happened after the fact. But I'm like, okay, like, I'm excited. Like, it's been how many years since the Pink Print? Like, who wouldn't be excited as a Nicki Minaj fan? But it just seemed to just go downhill from there. It went downhill. This hate for Cardi B, it's just, you gotta cut it out. It's done. Like, you going on Queen Radio and like kind of talking about it over and over. And I mean, I'm like, hasn't this happened how long ago? And you said you just felt compelled that because people have been threatening Ra and her family and saying things that aren't true, you just feel the need to have to address this. You really don't want to do it. You're not trying to be messy, but come on, Nicki. You know that's some messy ass shit. And it's funny. It's entertaining. Like, we live for this shit. But at the end of the day, like Cardi said in her reaction videos, you out here fucking up your legacy, looking like a hater. She said that. And I know your legacy is intact, but this is not helping it. This is not adding to it. It's diluting it. It's weakening it. And I'm disappointed because you could have had a good run this year. After what happened with Red Rebel last year, I feel like you could have come back strong this year, did your thing. Yes, Cardi is out here and she's winning, but there's room for the both of you. If you would have just stayed focused on, you know what I'm saying, really doing what you got to do and staying positive, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can be a little shady here and there. That's fine. Everybody does it. But to take it to this is a low. This is a low for you. Oh, it's a low. It's a low. I can't lie. And Cardi B is no angel, okay? She's done some shit this year too. That's like, really, girl? And, you know, things have come out about things she said about dark-skinned women and, you know, this, that, and the third. So I'm not here, you know, taking sides. But I'm saying, listening to Queen Radio and hearing everything that you talked about, how spiteful you sounded, how angry, how just dark it was. I was disturbed. And I'm like, your spirit, you need to pray. You need to, you know, like, get that heavy spirit off you, that dark, convoluted spirit off of you. Because the way Cardi B responded, she was defending herself, respectfully defending herself. She didn't really call you out your name. She was highly upset, and that's why she was cursing, saying, get the fuck out of here, you know. But she was defending herself. She came with receipts. I mean, and she's just saying advice like, why we need to stop this. You know what I mean? Like, why can't you get your fans to stop coming for me and my sister? You know, like, I've always been a fan of yours since high school, and this is why it hurts so much that things are happening the way they are. And she has a point. She has a point. Like, what is the problem? Like, she's finding success. She's worked her ass off for it, and yeah, she doesn't write her own music, and that's the other thing that gets me. Like, you keep highlighting that she doesn't write her own raps. What kind of rapper is that? Like, all she's concerned with is, you know, getting endorsements and fashion deals and, you know, payola and this and that. When did this girl ever claim to be a lyricist? When did she ever claim to be better than you as a rapper, better than Lil Kim? Like, oh, I'm the next face. I'm ahead of all y'all now. Y'all all in my shadow. What? Like, I could have sworn I've seen her go on record to say, look, this whole queen thing, y'all keep sprinkling around trying to throw me into that shit. Like, I don't want no parts of that. That's not my MO. That's not my lane. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm here trying to have fun, trying to live out my dreams that I've always wanted to do all my life, is to make music, to become a rapper. And I knew, and I believed in myself enough that I knew I was entertaining and talented enough to figure out how I can make this happen. And now it's happening. And I just want to get my family out the hood. Like, Nick, like, you know what I mean? I do get help with my records. She has always been upfront about all this stuff. All the things that Nicki is like taking jabs at her for. It's like, sis, like, we knew this already. Like, she knows it. We know it. We're all on the same accord here. That Cardi is not claiming to be, you know what I'm saying, like a top lyricist or anything. She's an entertainer. She's an artist. And that's what she's working on, getting better and better. So for you to kind of be rebutting her claims and her fame and her stance on the basis of you don't write your raps, like you're whack as hell, you don't make sense. Because where was this talk last year when Remy ripped you to shreds and Sheether? Where was this talk of, oh, you think you got bars? No, I write all my own shit. Just give me 1 second. I'm about to come back. Where was the response, the proper disresponse to Sheether? If it's really all about, you know, the bars and coming back hard and being hard and all this stuff and really having the talent and writing your own shit and coming up with your own cadences and entendres and metaphors and all this. If it's really all about the content and doing it by your damn self, where was this energy for Remy Ma last year? I'm just saying, I'm not trying to take this back to the past. I know we've moved forward from that. You lost that beef. It is what it is. But still, it's you're being hypocritical. For real. Like, you're being hypocritical. Like you saying one thing and doing another. Like, you saying you a queen and you acting like a peasant. Like, what? You claiming like, you know, you support other women or whatever, and, you know, like, you're down to collaborate, you're down to mentor, you do show love to many other female rappers. You have paid your dues and paid your respects so many times. But yeah, you dragging this girl for filth on your own radio show. Not on an interview where somebody backed you into the corner. You had the mic, the lights, the audience was there, and the interviewer asked you, and there was really no way to get out of it because you got to answer the question, and, you know, it came out a certain way because you were being honest about how you felt. No, it's not that situation. You are orchestrating every single episode of Queen Radio, writing the script, getting the DJ, the guests, the content, the flow of the show. Everything is, you are over it. So you have time and you have thought this out very deeply, that this is what I want to do. Is to make a whole episode about Cardi B, someone that shouldn't even be getting your time. If she's so beneath you, why is she getting so much airtime? Why is she getting so much promo on your own show? Questions that need answers. Like, I'm really asking this because I'm confused. I'm genuinely confused. Like, I don't understand. Like I said, I had to get into some things. Like, you know, and I know people are not going to be happy to hear all this. I know there's going to be people watch this video like, you know, they're not going to be feeling what I'm saying. They're going to think I'm a hater. Like, am I really a fan? And that's fine. Because I keep it 100. I'm still a Nicki Minaj fan. Period. But as a fan, I think it's important that we're able to properly criticize the artists that we support and give sound advice when needed. And this is a time of need for Nicki. She needs to hear sound advice. And whoever's surrounding her in her circle and her team and all that, nobody's doing that. Nobody's saying this is crazy. Nicki, what? No, girl, this is not the way to. No, let's come up with a totally new PR strategy. Scrap the old one because this shit is crazy. Like, you are looking crazy out here. Like, actually crazy. Like, you're going through menopause. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're in a midlife crisis. Like, what's going on? Like, that's how crazy it looks. You say on the Queen Radio that you want to be able to coexist. You want to be happy. You want the both of you to be happy. There's no reason to really dislike Cardi. You don't have any real reason. Then start acting like it. Start acting like it. You want this shit to be deaded. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want both of the circles surrounding both of you guys to calm the situation down, to bring it down. It's getting out of hand and all that. Act like it. Start to be the change you want to see. Start setting that tone for your team, for your friends, especially for your Barb fans. I have to separate. There's fans and then there's Barbs. And trust me, it's two different groups. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so start getting all of that together. I feel like I'm missing something that I want to talk about. I mean, as far as all the other extra shit about the deals and how Cardi turned down certain deals and Nicki come back saying, girl, I've turned down more deals than you, and you claim you had the Diesel deal offered to you first. Bitch, you a damn lie. Like, all of the extra shit, honestly, I don't care. I don't care about all of the tit for tat. Like, oh, I did this and you didn't. No, I did that first and you didn't do that. What are you like? I'm not gonna waste time speaking on that. I wanted to speak about the overarching problems that I'm seeing. From Cardi's side, you know, I don't have much criticism. And maybe that does sound biased, like, oh, I have all this smoke for Nicki or whatever, and I don't have much to say about Cardi. But honestly, I just see a woman that is rising, that is flourishing, that is winning, and she's been grateful the whole time. She thanks people all the time. She's always geeked and excited about her life right now. She's working her ass off because she wants to keep it going. Because when you find success and you are a hard worker, you don't just quit there. You want to keep going. You want it to keep repeating. You want history to keep repeating. So she knows the position she's in. She understands the timing and what time it is, that this is a crucial time for her. She can't just get relaxed off of her first album. She's already back to work, dropped a new smash, well, you know, a new hit. Is it my favorite? Is it that great? It's cool. It's all right. You know, I know she can do better. I know I can hear better than Money, but it's a catchy thing. And she's trying to follow in the footsteps of Bodak Yellow. I get it. But the point is the work ethic, the woman behind the artist. All the things she said in her IG videos, I had to respect it. Because she could have came in a totally different angle, cussing Nicki Minaj the fuck out. She could have drug her for filth. And in an interesting way, there's still a level of respect that Cardi has for Nicki. If you watch those videos, she was very careful with how she was addressing her, calling her sis, and, you know, like really just trying to talk about her thoughts on what Nicki is accusing her of. And, you know, mentioning once again that I've always been a fan. Like, this is crazy. So it just makes Nicki look more bad, you know? It really does. Because this girl is just like, oh my gosh, like, what? Come on. Seriously? Why? Why are you doing this? Like, that's what it looks like. It's like, stop bullying me. You look like a bully, Nicki. You know, like, there's so many ways that you could have played this whole thing. Like, you know, and this should have been the last option on the list, to get super jealous and to get super insecure and to start doing things that is out of your character. Out of your character. Like, I've never seen this Nicki before. And it's so unfortunate to hear though she stops bags and she tries to, you know, get certain artists to not work with artists that she doesn't fuck with or be in their videos or do their features because they have an allegiance to her, and to appease her, they listen and they take her side basically. So just hear all this stuff that I know there's some truth to it. I know there is. I don't want to believe it. And I always say I'm not going to believe it because where's the evidence? But I know there's some truth to it. And that's the part that hurts me the most. Is that, wow, Nicki, is this who you are? Is this really you? I hope that this is just a trying time for you because of what your brother's going through, what you guys are going through as a family. You know, last year you facing adversity in your career with someone that is a legitimate lyricist really coming for you. And even though her career is kind of at a standstill, she's getting ready to have a baby. She got a new gig on State of the Culture. Like, she's trying to be positive. Like, she's not even getting wrapped up in the drama anymore. She looks happy. She's glowing. She has a wonderful husband. So both of these women have things you don't. But that doesn't mean you have to stoop to some low level of bitterness, of envy, of jealousy. That is not what a queen does. Nicki, that is not who you are. So with all this being said, this is a call to action. This is a call to action. Not just for Nicki, but for women that act like what Nicki is acting like right now. I still want to believe that this is a temporary phase that you are going through. That this is growing pains. That this is you acting out, lashing out of, you know, of sadness, of depression, of anger. I don't know. I don't know what to call it. I don't know. But this erratic behavior is not what I am accustomed to. This is not what I know you to be. So I'm here to be a fan till the end. I will always be a fan of your music. I will always listen to your music. But I would like to be a fan of the person again. I would like that because I've always liked you as a person as well. But I can't lie. I have to tell the truth and say I'm not feeling the character that you're in right now. That person that you are, that is not you. It's either it's not you and you just have to do some soul searching and, you know, focus on your next move, which will be the next album and things of that nature, whatever projects you're working on. And just really working on you and making Queen Radio like more of an empowerment type of show. You know, and focusing more on yourself and your upbringing and everything you've been through and not making it so negative. But I think, you know, until I see some changes, it's hard. It's hard to believe that this is what you have become. And I'm hoping this is just one of those moments in people's lives where it's like, wow, that year was a tough year for me. I acted out of character. That's not who I am. I don't know what happened. It was just a rough year for me, and I reacted in a way that I'm not proud of, but I'm back. You know what I mean? Like, I'm hoping, like, there's still that story to tell. And I'm not going to go on a limb and say, oh, I give up. Like, this is the Nicki that we should be getting used to now. Because I want to believe that the queen is really in there. But this outside shell, maybe this is like the queen's cousin or sister or something. But this ain't no queen. Sorry. It's not queen. Maybe a pawn, like on the chessboard, like maybe a bishop, but not a queen. No. Nah, this ain't it. This ain't it, sis. It's not. It's not. So, I just want to say, Nicki, you're amazing. You are super talented, super beautiful, super hardworking, super versatile. I want to see you get back to a place that shows that you are human, you are raw, you are dope. You've had some highs, you've had some lows, but ultimately, you know, cannot be broken, and you've made some mistakes. You've said some things, you've done some things that you are not proud of, but you're working on getting better and asking for forgiveness and trying to make amends. I would like to see you and Cardi get along, for you guys to get on songs together. Or at the very least, just agree to disagree. You know, agree to coexist. You don't have to kiss each other's ass. You don't have to be besties. You don't have to jump on each other's records every single go around. But just agree to be grown-ass women and coexist. Because this back and forth that y'all got going on, child, honey, baby, this is exhausting. This is exhausting. Overall, I've been so taken aback. I've been so disappointed in your behavior that it has really not allowed me to fully enjoy the music side of it, the artist side of it, the brand, Nicki Minaj brand side of it. It has definitely left a bad taste in my mouth. I am hoping to see a new you, a new and improved you. That's what I'm hoping for. Cardi, keep your head up. You know what to expect. That there will be hate, there will be opposition. You never know where it may come from. It may come from people or places that you would never expect it. But just keep fighting. Keep pushing. Keep being yourself. Keep defending yourself. I like that. I like seeing how she came back with a quickness on IG, like, hold the fuck up. Like, I got time today. Yeah. You think you had that big ass platform and had all these guests and, oh my God, Queen Radio's trending and this and that, and that's cool. Like, that's what's up. But hold on. I'm gonna let you finish, but I got my 2 cents too. And guess what? It's gonna get millions of views too. The production might not be the same, but you best believe my words will be televised. These receipts will be televised. So just keep fighting, keep working. And Nicki, you know what you gotta do. You gotta look in that mirror. You have to reflect. You have to think back to some of the things that have transpired this year. And you really have to ask yourself a serious question and say, is this me? Is this how I want to be advertising myself? Do I really want to be known as the bad guy when I know I'm so much better than that? Classier, smarter, spiritual. You claim, oh, people put you on the hate train and made you the bad guy, and you know, you were just so innocent, and you know, people just had the agenda to make you. No, it came from you. A lot of it was self-involved. And you know, once you get something going, the rest of social media just takes it from there and they amplify it. But the root cause, a lot of it came from your own insecurities, your own hate, your own discomfort with the success and the rise of a new female rapper. And you found any which way to discredit, to discount, to diss, to shit on her name, anything. You have tried any and everything because you are not comfortable with it. So what you need to work on is how to get comfortable with the fact that there are other artists, other rappers that are coming in the game. Cardi isn't the only one. So what you gonna do when Cash Doll finally really takes off? Because her time is coming too, I'm sure. You gonna start a smear campaign for her too? So what I'm saying is, sis, you run this shit. You are the leader. You are the top dog. You could be the queen. But you gotta take accountability for your actions. You have to say when you're wrong and ask for forgiveness and say, I'm not perfect. I messed up. I did some things that I still can't believe happened. But here I am. I'm back to fight. I'm back to be better. I'm back to learn and to also share some gems, some advice, so that the ones coming behind me don't have to feel the way I'm feeling or do the things I'm doing. Because it sounds like it's a cry for help. And if that is the case, Nick, God is up there. Talk to him, man. You know? Figure this out. Because, child, no. This is looking like a mess right now. For real. For real, for real. So, that's all I got to say. Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, it's Lady Sola. I'm out.